to want to be here, and then to actually lean into that I actually want to be here. I notice this with patients all the time. It's like, at first, I don't even know if they on some level, of course, they're aware that that's a possibility to really enjoy life and its many moments. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't find themselves in the office and into that search mode. But I think there's this idea that like kind of like tolerable, bearable, and then it's like, okay, sometimes it's manageable. But how can we crank it up and create that desirability with our lives? And at first, I think specifically with different aspects of anxiety and depression and suicide, it's like, I don't want to be here. And that is like the first thing. And then it's like, well, maybe I need to be here, right? Maybe I need to be here. But what if we could enter into like this idea before actually experiencing the wanting to be here? What if you could want to be here? Well, that's something we could begin to work with and on. Like, what if I could want to be here? And I find that possibility just begins to like I just see sparkles in my patients' eyes when it's like, oh my gosh, you're not just sitting here telling me that I have to cope with life's many challenges. You're not just sitting here telling me that I have to figure out how to add things to my never-ending holistic things to-do list. You're actually telling me that I can clear my experiences, access more of myself. While yes, coping can be helpful, it's a Band-Aid, right? Like, wounds heal under Band-Aids. But if there's a glass stuck in that wound, then the Band-Aid's never fully going to fix it. So let's just go actually looking at what the root cause of the problem is, and then work with the tools that are available to open up to the new possibilities that I'm a firm believer will inevitably set us on the journey to begin to access it. And I actually find a lot of people think that if and when sort of thinking of like, when I get there, I'll feel peace. Yes. I actually directly find that peace straight up comes with a process that yields progress and growth. So once you plug into a process that actually works versus doesn't work, actually creates functionality and clears channels in your system, that's when the freedom and the peace come in. And that's where it's like, okay, in the present moment, we never have to push things out. Just opening up to the possibility can create this exhalation in the system, because we're beginning to connect to what we believe could actually be true and is true in my belief system. But
I mean, God, I can listen to you talk about this stuff forever, because it's fascinating, and you're so right. Like this, like, I want to be here, and we're not getting like any, and I've talked about this on the show before, we're in any sort of mindset shift or any sort of big change. If you're starting out like this negative, woe is me, I don't want to be here, you're not going to be like, I am so excited to live my life, I want to be here overnight. You have to have those steps along the way. You have to find that middle ground. So just getting to that point of like, I want to be here. Like, to me, that sounds like it's just bringing in hope. That's what we're looking for. Totally. You have to bring in that glimmer of hope that we don't have to just cope with this life, which I think a lot of us go through life with that concept, like we have to get through this or we have to cope with this.